before earlier this season, but this is probably the best one. You have two Cy Young Award candidates in Aaron Nola against Max Scherzer.
And you're going to see it in the span of 6 days. You're going to see it happen twice. Yes, on paper, this looks like to be a very promising matchup. Aaron Nola, what can you say? You have two of the top three guys in the ERA in the National League this season. Aaron Nola really has come into his own this season. He has really been the mainstay of this pitching staff. Yes, the pitching is the reason the Phillies are in the position that they're in, but Aaron Nola is the key ingredient to that. He has been so good with the curveball. The changeup has been good, and his fastball has gotten very good with regards to strikeouts.
All right, meanwhile, the other end is Max Scherzer. Now, he has signed a very large contract with the Washington Nationals, and right now you look at it, you think he's probably earned every bit of that money.
He actually has. You look at it, he said yes. When he signed the contract, I can't believe how much money, you can't even fathom how much money it is, but he has earned it. He has been so dominant, and the Phillies really have a tough task ahead of them today.
Yeah, he has gone only 5 innings once this year. Every other time he's gone at least 6 innings. So the Phils and the Nationals wrap up this series. There you have it. DeGrom #1, Scherzer #2, Aaron Nola #3 in ERA in the National League. Hopefully it lives up to the hype when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. By Toyota, the national clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. Salvage this series, and they have to do so against arguably the best pitcher in the National League in Max Scherzer. There's Aaron Nola. He's already back in the dugout, getting himself set to get out there to match up against Scherzer. I know he's looking forward to this matchup today. There's Scherzer with 16 wins. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Well, not many changes today for the Phillies, partly because of all the injuries the Phillies have sustained. We'll get to that in a little bit. But Cesar leads it off at second, then Rhys Hoskins and Nick Williams as Drupal Cabrera bats cleanup. Carlos Santana fifth. and Maikel Franco 6th. And the first pitch from Scherzer is taken low. We are underway with somewhat of a historic matchup between two of the best pitchers in baseball. The 1-0 to Cesar is outside. Cesar is 8 for 35 lifetime against Max Scherzer. Overall hitting .257 with 11 homers and 40 runs batted in. Out toward shallow center field. Trey Turner is under it. And 1 out here in the first inning. All right, so those are the numbers. It's pretty hard to replicate around baseball. 234 strikeouts and 174 2/3. Ben, he's going for probably his 3rd straight Cy Young and his 4th one overall with these numbers.
Yeah, and very good numbers against the fighting Phils. We saw that with Steven Strasburg last night. But Mad Max 9-1 with a 2.5 ERA career. Very good velocity, and he will throw all 5 of his pitches.
Yeah, you see them all listed there. He will throw them consistently. Here's Rhys Hoskins, and Hoskins takes outside. Rhys is 1 for 9 in this series. Hoskins overall hitting .254 with 25 home runs. And he's fallen behind 2-0 to the first 2 hitters of this game. If you're wondering about the clubhouse today, it was somewhat quiet, as you would expect. Day game after night game, but also after a very difficult loss by the Phils. I guess that's an understatement. People always want you to quantify, what's the worst loss of the year. This is a strange year. I think you can get 7 or 8 of them that you can say are the worst losses of the year, honestly, including last night. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Hoskins. And he fouls it back and scares everybody behind home plate. Our Toyota turning point last night.
And it's a fastball up and away. Zimmerman attacks it. He thinks it's gone. And it was.
Yeah, Eric Cooper, the first base umpire, was late to rule it not a home run, and then they went and reviewed it.
But that was a devastating loss.
2-2 inside to Hoskins, 3-2. Here's Justin Bohr, who struck out at the end of last night's game in the 9th inning, and come to find out today that he suffered an oblique strain with that strikeout. 3-2 pitch coming to Hoskins. Swing and a miss. First strikeout. That's on a slider.
I think it's actually a changeup. Now it is a slider. I see it spinning. You're right. Didn't do a whole lot. It was the speed that got Rhys, not so much the location of the pitch.
All right, so 2 outs, and here's Nick Williams. Williams 2 for 3 in the series. He's also walked a couple of times, scored a couple runs. Hitting .268. The breaking ball inside and low, 1-0. Man, this is probably weather-wise the best day of the year. I mean, it is gorgeous.
It is. 0 humidity.
He's fallen behind 2-0 to the first 3 hitters that he has faced.
The problem, though, with Scherzer, like he did that to Rhys, obviously he did to Cesar as well, but then he dots a 2-0 fastball down and away to Rhys. You can't do anything with it.
Three balls and no strikes. Inside, ball 4. You know, we mentioned that this is somewhat of a historic matchup, and it is in terms of 2 potential Cy Young Award winners meeting at this juncture of the season. So take a look at this note. It's the first time 2 starters with a sub 2.25 ERA and 150 innings pitched each have faced each other since '85. That was Tudor against Doc Gooden. It was a 1-0 Cardinals when Tudor went 10 innings in that game. Doc went 9. It was an unbelievable matchup. But it's been that long since this caliber of pitching has faced off against each other. Struble takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Jesse Orozco allowed the run in the 10th inning for the Cardinals, or for the Mets, I should say, against the Cardinals. Cabrera 15 hits against Scherzer as he fouls that one back. 5 doubles, 1 home run. He has struck out 19 times, which is not a surprise. One ball and 1 strike to Asdrubal, who overall is hitting .265 with 20 home runs, 67 runs batted in. Off the hands, popped up outside of third, playable for Rendon. And the inning is over. So 17 pitches, and Scherzer's through the first. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. It's time for Aaron Nola to take his spot on the mound when we return. Tomorrow today, and winning percentage leaders in the National League. Aaron Nola is number 1. His winning percentage, thanks to a 14-3 record, is .824. And then Scherzer is number 5 at .762. Michaelis has really pitched well for the Cardinals. I mean,
sure has.
That was a huge pickup. Great scouting. So there are Nola's numbers: a 2.24 ERA, 160 strikeouts, and 161 innings of work. You know, the batting average against, the slugging percentage against, those are all top notch for Aaron Nola.
And he's been really good against the Nats this season, 2-0 with a 1.98. He's just been dominant with all 3 pitches.
Yeah, his previous 2 matchups were against Eric Fetty early on this season and Tanner Roark. So this is the first time he's facing off against Max Scherzer. And he'll face Adam Eaton to start it off. Eaton is 0 for 8 lifetime against Nola. Got a first pitch fastball is in there. It's 0-1. Eaton hitting .290 with 4 home runs, 23 runs batted in. Oh, 2. Talking to Aaron the other day after he was going through his workouts, we were discussing just the individual performances this year of himself and DeGrom and Scherzer, and I said I've been asked a lot over the last week about who's going to win the Cy Young Award, and I said I feel like it's going to come down to you Nola, DeGrom, and Scherzer. And I said, but I think your win-loss percentage I know it's not the most important thing anymore, because it's not in baseball, has to have some say in the storyline. And he said, "No, I agree." He said, "But I'll tell you, watching DeGrom the other day," he said, "I know he doesn't have many wins and it's not his fault." He said he was so precise with everything he was doing. He was envious of Jacob DeGrom. But then I saw DeGrom's comments about Aaron, and he was envious of Aaron. I mean, you get 3 elite pitchers this year in the National League. No balls and 1 strike. And that's not to say that Fultonevich hasn't pitched well or Michaelis hasn't pitched well, but I don't remember 3 elite pitchers like this, sort of grouped together at this juncture of the season.
In the same division.
In the same division. That's right. 0-1 to Turner, who takes outside. All you had to do is look at the end of the game the other day when DeGrom was pitching, that all of the Philly starters were up on the railing just watching him complete that game.
Well, you're watching a masterpiece is what you're watching.
And that's kind of what Aaron said. And Turner bunts. It's a beauty. Michael Franco is not going to have a play, so a bunt single.
Either bunt it or get hit by it.
Here's a look at the rest of the Nationals lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. After Turner, it's Bryce Harper and then Anthony Rendon. Then Juan Soto. Mark Reynolds playing first base for Zimmerman. Guy can't even get back in the lineup today. In the bottom third of Defoe, Kieboom, and Scherzer.
Tough league.
A throw over, and back is Turner, who has stolen 32 bases. Harper hitting .252 with 30 home runs and 81 runs batted in. Harper in the series is 5 for 10 with a couple of doubles. There's Zach Eflin. No decision last night. A rough outing for Zach. And on the outside corner, 0-1 at 93 from Nola. Nolan, his last outing against the Mets, had 11 strikeouts in 7 innings. With a 4-2 victory. Good curve. 0-2.
I was talking with FP Santangelo, who does the color for the Nationals today, and he said, help me out with this if you can, because obviously the batting average against, but when you're in hitters counts, he says, how are the batting averages so low? 1-0 count, hitters hitting 211, 2-0 count, 200, 3-1 count, 091. I said it's Aaron's ability to A, locate the fastball, but also throw his off-speed pitches behind in counts. I mean, it's been such an advantage for him. Not that he's not giving in, but he knows he can make an effective pitch with those off-speed pitches behind in counts and keep guys off stride.
Swing and a miss. He got him with a fastball. I agree with that, Bennett. I think that's where he's matured, and his pitches have matured, because in previous years he may not have been able to use all of his pitches to get those outs.
Good run on that fastball there at 93. Harper's looking for something else. But you're right. I mean, before it was 2-0. When he came here, he was fastball, curveball. So 2-0, you're getting a heater. You're getting a fastball.
Credits joining Nick Pivetta near the bat rack, watching Nola. And here's Anthony Rendon. Rendon 2 for 7 in the series. And a ground ball right at Santana. 3 unassisted. Side is retired. No runs. 1 hit and 1 man left. Well, pretty crisp first inning for both pitchers. We'll go to the second. Santana leads it off. Monday, August 27th through Wednesday, the 29th. All those games are at 7:05. Go to Phillies.com to order your tickets. Carlos Santana will lead it off. Got a first pitch on the outside corner. Ben mentioned that this is right now the first matchup between Nola and Scherzer, but they are scheduled right now to match up next week at the ballpark. Scheduled to match up on Tuesday. Phillies have 3 in Toronto. And then Eflin is scheduled to start Monday against the Nationals, and Nola Tuesday, and Arrieta on Wednesday. No balls and 2 strikes to Santana. And he taps it foul. Santana 3 for 5 with a double. He's hit the ball hard in this series, though. Not only with his 3 hits, but just in general.
A big RBI double last night to score Nick Williams from first base.
Off the end of the bat foul. He stays alive. I did a double take earlier this year with his matchups against Scherzer. I thought to myself, well, he hasn't faced him that much, but you forgot that Scherzer pitched for the Tigers. So they have faced each other a lot. He has 2 ribbies against him, 4 hits overall. Ball and 2 strikes to Santana. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Scherzer. That'll bring Franco up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, some roster juggling for the Phillies this morning as they welcome a couple of new faces and have a couple of guys dealing with some injuries. So take a look. First and foremost, it's Luis Avilan, the newest Phil, has joined the team, and he is part of the 25-man roster and is available today. So a nice addition out there in the bullpen with a left-hander out there. Andrew Knapp back from the Lehigh Valley as well, because Justin Bour, in his last at-bat time, as you mentioned yesterday in the strikeout, he tweaked his oblique muscle a little bit, so he is headed to the disabled list, as is Edebray Ramos, who has a blister on his finger. So those are the two moves that free up some spots on the 25-man roster to welcome in Avilan and Andrew Knapp back from AAA, guys.
Yeah, it's a revolving door right now.
Sure is.
Count is 1-0 to Michael Franco. 1-1. Bour does not feel like the oblique issue will be a lasting one. He was on the DL for a long time last year. I thought Corey Seidman had the amazing note during the pregame show where he said the average baseball player, according to an article that he read, averages 27 days.
For a hitter.
For a hitter.
For a pitcher, it was 35.
There's Luis Avilan, who is going to be wearing number 70. Two balls and two strikes. Franco 2 for 8 with a home run in this series. And it's 3-2. Popped up outside of first. Reynolds will give it a look, and it's out of play, and it remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yesterday, Michael Franco, he got a hanger, and he did not miss it.
He sure did. Keeps it fair, pulls his hands in. 2-run homer put the Phillies up 3-0 there in the top of the first. As your home run replay brought to you by Giant.
Call. Franco down looking. Third strikeout for Scherzer. Michael not pleased by that call from Eric Cooper.
I don't know what he's complaining. That's a pretty dirty pitch there.
Unless he thought it was low. Take a look at Pitch Cast presented by PJ Wheelahands. It's not low. No. Eric Cooper behind the plate. Ramon De Jesus at first. Shearwater at second. And Gary Cederstrom over third.
Talk about the velocity of Max Scherzer. Average velo at 94.4 miles per hour. He got Santana with 97. He just got Franco at 96. So he does have that ability to bump it up.
Odubel starting in center field today, despite the fact that Roman Quinn had the day he had yesterday. Roman was 2 for 4. And is 4 for 8 in the series. And we kind of had a feeling yesterday when we were meeting with Gabe that Odubel would start. And part of it is they like the matchup, not necessarily the numbers all the time, but he is 12 for 36 against Scherzer. But they're looking at it from a swing standpoint, that his swing matches up against Scherzer's abilities. 3-0. It's all part of the new wave of evaluation. There's a strike, 3-1. But Herrera is 12 for 36 against Max Scherzer with 3 extra base hits. Should say 4, 3 doubles and a triple. A little spinner out toward the left side. Rendon is there, so is Turner. And the inning is over. Phillies go down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the second. No score. Game of the year. Make sure you check out Eagles pregame live before the game and catch all the action after with Eagles postgame live right here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Here's Juan Soto to lead it off in the bottom of the second. Soto hitting .291, 15 home runs, 45 runs batted in. On the outside corner, it's 0-1. Aaron has 2 strikeouts on the year. Look at his on-base percentage and his slugging percentage. This kid's 19 years old. You know, you watch a kid like this, and you know a lot of it is for business reasons, baseball-wise. But you're thinking, how is he not up here at the beginning of the year? What did he do the first 2 months of the minor league season that said, okay, he's ready? 2-1.
Why I really like him is the simple fact that he uses the whole field.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It just makes you that much harder to defend against. And it's not just, you know, a single between the shortstop and third base. I mean, it's opposite field, 20 rows back power.
2-2. Well, it's reminiscent of when this guy came up. Short period of time for a franchise to have two teenagers come up and have an impact like that.
And it's just so weird to think about. I mean, you have kids that are older, but I look at my son Teg, who's 12 years old, and I couldn't imagine him in 7 years being here. In 7 years. It's just so hard for me to grasp that in my head because of how young he is.
Right.
You know, it's just.
Hey, I've watched a lot of college baseball over the last few years, including my son, and you know, he's 21, and this kid's 19.
Yeah. You know, because we think of our kids. I still think of my 12-year-old as my little baby boy. You know, and then you think, well, in 7 years he could be in the big leagues.
Right.
It's like, what?
Breaking ball swung on and missed as Nola wins the battle with a 3-2 curve.
Perfect example of what we talked about last inning, not giving in. 3-2 count. Here's Uncle Charlie. He's got to throw me a fastball, right? Second inning, leading off the inning. He's got to challenge me here.
Well, now Mark Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 3 lifetime against Aaron Nola. Yeah, there's a changeup, which I guess that's a two-seamer. 91 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. From a Phillies standpoint, Nola, through 25 starts this year, has allowed 40 earned runs in 162 innings of work. According to Elias, that's the lowest ERA by a Philly through 25 starts. His ERA 2.22. Lowest ERA through 25 starts since 1964, when the great Chris Short had an earned run average of 1.97. It's percentage points lower than Doc's 2010 numbers. 1-2 to Reynolds. And a foul tip, strikeout number 4 for Aaron Nola. 2 outs here in the second.
And then when you think he's going to throw you the curveball or bounce one, he challenges you with a fastball, has enough giddy up to get it by you.
There's Defoe. Defoe has 5 hits against Aaron. Shocking. But I think Wilmer Defoe is going to be one of those guys, if he keeps playing, where we're going to come into a series against him and look at his overall batting average and say, how do they get him out? Because against the Phillies, he seems to be a different player. It happens. It's kind of strange, but it happens.
One thing the Nats do love about Defoe is his energy. He brings it every day.
Ground ball to second base. Cesar is up with it after taking a step or 2 to his right. At a 1-2-3 inning for Aaron. So Nola sets them down in order. We'll head to the third. Alfaro leads it off. Please submit your answer on the subject line. Ben, the question is this: who are the 3 home run derby winners that won in their home ballparks? Who are the 3 home run derby winners that won in their ballparks? Answer will be revealed a little later on.
How do you find these questions?
We're giving you a hint just so you know.
Thank you.
Is that a grunt? before you said thank you?
No.
Oh, sounded like there was a grunt in there.
Maybe.
Now Alfaro leads it off. Wilson Ramos feels like he can play tomorrow. That's the hope anyway. Still bothered by that sore wrist. He is probably unavailable today to pinch hit, although it's not out of the realm of possibility they use him. But he was not available last night, as we found out. There was a thought that he could bat for Bohr with the lefty coming in the 9th inning. 1-1 pitch to Alfaro. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Ball was about 3 feet in front of home plate. That little dot down there right in front of it.
Spencer Keyboom doing the catching today with Scherzer on the mound. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Scherzer. 238 now for him on the season. MLB At Bat is your #1 Philadelphia Phillies app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Phillies home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Nola takes a strike. So Scherzer has 238 strikeouts. It's his 4th year of having at least he's trying to get to 250 strikeouts for the 5th consecutive year. If he does that, he would move past Ferguson Jenkins and Pedro Martinez into 2nd place for the most 250 or more consecutive years of strikeouts. Randy Johnson has 6 straight. He has the record. That's the 5th strikeout as Nola goes down looking. That's all right. Aaron can get him back next inning.
I think he has a good chance of getting there.
So there we go. Most consecutive 250 plus strikeout season. Scherzer currently has 4, but this year he has 239. So he's 11 away from reaching it again. And he's going to join Randy Johnson as the 1-2 punch on that list. Honestly, in this day and age, the fact that he's reached that number 5 straight times, I think it says a lot. Because pitchers don't throw the innings that they used to, and they don't, because of that, don't have the strikeout totals that they used to. They just don't.
Max definitely does have a longer leash.
Here's the 1-1 to Cesar. Change up, and it's 1-2.
That was the first cutter of the day.
Foul ball, and it remains 3-2.
Another one.
Ball 4. So it's the second walk issued by Scherzer. And that brings Rhys Hoskins to the plate. He'll provide us with our Geico quote of the day. Hoskins on the Phillies being fatigued. If you can't get up for a pennant race at the end of August and September, you probably should play something else. You probably should play a different sport. Check yourself at the door. There have been some questions that the Phillies may be weary at this point. Well, Rhys was out doing sprints earlier today. And he was doing it for about 20 minutes out in left field. I want to talk about a young man who is evolving, continues to evolve as the mouthpiece and the vocal leader. That's this guy right here. 1 ball, no strikes to Hoskins, who is 1 for 10 in the series. Line drive left field. Soto going over, and he makes the catch on the glove side. And the inning is over. Could have given the Phils a 1-run lead if it got by him. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. No score on a beautiful day here in Washington, D.C. We hope you're enjoying Phillies baseball wherever it is you are. Our GMC Precision Play just took place. Rhys hit this ball hard.
He does hit it hard, and you mentioned in the break, Tom, his jump, Soto's first initial jump. This is a better play than you think. That's your GMC Precision Play of the day.
I thought it was a good play, though. Oh, you were talking about the masses. It's a better play than you think. I thought you meant me.
Not you in particular.
Okay.
You in general.
Here's Keyboom, and he hits one down the left field line. That'll drop for a base hit. And they'll get the second on it. Second hit for the Nationals. 5th double for Keyboom. And now Scherzer's coming up.
Somehow keeps this ball fair. Rolls to the fence and left.
Now Scherzer's a good hitter. I would think that he's there to bunt Keyboom over to third. Now the one reason he may not be is that Keyboom's not fast. But still, 1 run could win the game. I mean, to get a guy over third with less than 2 outs, I would think is the objective. Corners pinch in. Scherzer squares. And he bunts it back toward the mound. Sacrifice is successful.
got a blowout. He's going to have to change his drawers, this P-Boom. Nice bunt there by Scherzer. Nah, he's a catcher. He'll probably keep him on all game.
Just don't make the material as the way they used to.
It's a good secondary lead there by P-Boom. He knows he's not the fleetest of foot. He has to get that good secondary. He's into third base easily.
That's a big tear.
Sure is.
All right, so now the infield is in with the runner at third and one out. And a breaking ball, just a bit outside. Down left field line out of play. One ball and one strike to Eaton, who struck out his first time up. Fastball, and it's 1-2. There must be some deception in his fastball. They've taken a lot of them for strikes today.
Seems like they're looking for something else. But when you have that ability to throw all three pitches for strikes in any count, you're going to get a lot of that.
And fouled away as he stays alive.
The short lead that P-Boom has at third base, it would lead me to believe that he is not going on contact.
Does it surprise you, or is it because of his speed you don't think he's
because
going
of his
contact?
speed? Yes. I mean, he is barely off the bag. He'd only take as much as a third baseman was going to give you, but I mean, he's very short.
Stays alive again. Eaton does.
These are some awkward hacks here by Eaton.
Wow, he swung really late.
I mean, that is the epitome of an emergency hack. Ricky Henderson was still the best at that. The best.
Just staying alive and
staying alive. The ball would be in the catcher's mitt, and he'd somehow find a way to foul it off. Ricky being Ricky.
Swing and a miss. He got it with a curveball. Well, that's 5 strikeouts for Nola. Second time he's gotten Eaton. It's almost as if Eaton was trying to start early with that fastball. Whoop. Well, now the Phillies to play the infield back. Now Turner did bunt his way on his last time.
Michael's even with the third base bag.
Fly ball out to center field. Odubel will run it in. Turner swings at the first pitch. The Nationals leave one over at third. We'll head to the fourth. Still no score.
sure are. They have it all working today. Breaking balls, fastballs, changeups, cutters, sliders. It's just a joy to watch. See if the Fighting Phils can get a couple runs here. Coors Light, refreshing finish.
Well, today it's Nola against Scherzer. Each has 5 strikeouts. Scherzer's allowed 2 walks. Nola's allowed 2 hits. Jacob deGrom, meanwhile, is allowed a run. In his outing today, he's pitching against the Giants. Here's Nick Williams, and he takes outside. It's 1-0. Still plenty of time left to decide who the Cy Young Award winner will be. Scherzer's won 3 overall, 2 straight. As Williams rolls this one to first, 3 unassisted. There are 4 different pitchers that have 4 Cy Young Awards. Scherzer's trying to join that category. Roger Clemens leads the way with 7 Cy Youngs. I actually have an autographed jersey from Clemens when he was with the Red Sox. I can't remember what I had it for. I think it was when I was with the Thunder and Al Nipper gave it to me. Anyway, it's a Red Sox jersey with Clemens. He signed it and he said 3 Cy Youngs. At that point he had 3. He has 7 now. He had 3. So, but 7 is, that may be hard for anybody to reach. Cabrera swings at the first pitch, 3 unassisted again. And if deGrom keeps winning, he may be hard to beat because he leads in WAR. He leads in batting average balls. Oh no, he leads in FIP. He doesn't lead in batting average balls in play, and I'm throwing those numbers out there because those are the sabermetric numbers. He obviously leads in ERA. But if you look at Scherzer's number and what he leads in, I mean, he leads in so many categories. It may be hard to wrestle it away from him. And then there's Aaron, too, who obviously is close to all of them. He may not lead in as many categories, whether it be the traditional or the non-traditional ones, but he does lead in OPS against and slugging percentage against. I mean, those are flavorful categories.
Yes.
Santana takes inside. See, Carlton, when he was winning Cy Youngs, he would probably have led in every category, whether it be WAR, FIP, batting average balls in play. 3-0. Santana struck out his first time up. 3-1. But I think it's going to be an interesting race to decide, which categories are the most important ones. People discard wins and losses in this day and age. But I think you have to add it into the formula.
Yeah.
I think it has to be added, whether it be winning percentage. As Santana swings through it, I understand that deGrom, a lot of it's out of his control. So you find the controlled statistics like FIP and batting average balls in play, things like that. Well, he's 21st in batting average balls in play. That to me is an important stat.
Right. What is your #1 criteria?
I still feel that's a good question.
Mine is ERA.
Yeah, I still feel like it's ERA. I feel like it's WHIP. WHIP is important. Hits per 9 innings, which Scherzer leads in that, and Nola's right there as well. I have a bunch of different categories that I put together, and they're, just to kind of, I don't have a vote, but just to kind of understand it. But I think ERA is extremely important. I agree with you on that.
Well, the paper you showed me yesterday is very convincing.
For Scherzer.
For Scherzer.
Yeah. And I didn't know if it would be.
And for the fans watching at home, Tom put the list of deGrom and Nola and Scherzer, and the number of the categories that Max Scherzer is #1 in the league.
9.
It's incredible.
And those are the categories I feel are important.
Correct.
On the outside corner, that's a pitcher's pitch right there. 6 strikeouts for Scherzer as Santana goes down looking. We'll move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still, Phils and Nationals in a pitcher's duel. does it better. Bottom of the 4th inning. Teddy Roosevelt's won 3 straight. Even with that little balloon belly he's got going. All right, so the National League Cy Young race. Here are some of the particulars. You know, the opponent's OPS, Nola's #1 in the league, and that makes sense since he's #1 in slugging percentage too. For DeGrom, he's #1 in ERA, and it's dipping down. He's #1 in WAR. His WAR is over 6, and it depends on which website you look at. And he's #1 in fielding independent pitching, which I was going over my chart with Gabe, and he thought that was one of the most important numbers. But Scherzer's #1 in like 9 categories. Bryce Harper hits it into the shift, and Cabrera throws him out.
Can't pull that pitch, Tom.
6-3 on the putout. That's baby Bryce, man. He's not the only baby Bryce, but that's baby Bryce. It's like Chase Utley. All these kids named after their favorite national player. Rendon takes outside. It's 1-0. Rendon lines one the opposite way. Base hit. And that's the 3rd hit given up by Nola. And Juan Soto's coming up. When it comes to protecting your irreplaceable assets from fire and other hazards, don't strike out. WB Mason brings you the Fire King Patriot Insulated 4-drawer fire file to protect your most important files. Head to WBMason.com today to make the safest call for your office. Who but WB Mason?
Bring it home, big guy.
I actually got a tweet from WB Mason congratulating me on being able to read that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bring it home.
I was very appreciative of the affirmation from him. Juan Soto struck out his first time up. Out toward left field. That's pretty well hit. Hoskins is going back toward the track, has room, and he makes the catch. And back to first goes Rendon. And now Mark Reynolds is coming up. Reynolds struck out his first time. And a breaking ball. Nola's missed on the first pitch strike twice today. They prepared for today's game. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Popped him up. Santana. And right on the edge of foul territory. And that wraps up the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Well, so far, it's what we had hoped for as we go to the 5th. Will make a contribution to the Help Our Kids Radiothon, benefiting Nemours Alfred I. DuPont Hospital for Children. To find out more, visit nemours.org/radiothon. Michael leads it off here in the top of the fifth. The Phillies do not have a hit yet. They have a couple base runners because of 2 walks. And Michael fouls it to the right side. A little low, 2-2. Franco has the 5th highest home run total in the National League among third basemen. The leader is Matt Carpenter with 34 home runs. He's 5th also in RBIs among third basemen in the National League, ahead of Rendon. Inside 3-2.
A lot of full counts today from Max Scherzer. It's the 5th one.
Ball 4, no swing, says the first base umpire, Ramon De Jesus. 3rd walk issued by Scherzer. And Duble's coming up. Come see the Phillies take on the Chicago Cubs for Labor Day weekend. Friday, August 31st. That's a 7:05 start. Saturday the 1st. It's Nemours Childhood Cancer Awareness Night. It'll be a great night at the ballpark. Sunday the 2nd. Backpack cooler courtesy of Fontes Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Free to children 14 and under. Go to Phillies.com to get your tickets. Well, each pitcher has allowed 3 base runners. Nola 3 hits. Scherzer 3 walks. Odubel hits one out toward left field. He swings at the first pitch. It'll be caught by Soto. People didn't even drop the bat as he heads back to the dugout. And now Alfaro. He is going through what a lot of baseball players have gone through in his in their career. He is going through a huge lack of confidence right now.
And it's an extended slump.
Yeah. The tough part is that his first 40 games, and he's gone through this before in his career, when he's really hot, he's tantalizingly good.
Yes.
And it's hard to keep that out of the lineup, that ability. But I think you're going to see Roman Quinn play more. I just think it's going to happen. Alfaro struck out his first time up. And he hits that one towards short, off the glove of Trey Turner into shallow left field. Franco will hold up at second. Turner should have fielded that, but I don't think he would have gotten Alfaro at first base.
No.
And we'll see how they score it, because that would be the first hit of the day for the Phillies.
I don't know how it can't be a hit.
I agree with that. Unless he would have gotten Franco at second, but because looking at the replay.
Well, I think he would have gotten Franco at second because the ball was hit so hard, and Michael
doesn't run well.
Isn't fleet of foot.
It's a hit. So an infield hit. That's the first hit of the day for the Phillies. Ooh, the fans are booing a little bit. They just saw it go up on the boards. And now Nola. And Aaron takes up and in. They bunt foul. The bunt's off for now.
I think he'll be back on now.
Think it's a better count.
Yeah. See, get it down the third base side.
Yeah. And he bunts it toward first. He deadened it with 2 strikes. Now the sacrifice is successful.
That's a beaut, Clark. Man, well done.
3-4 on the putout.
Almost spun this ball back a little bit. Good soft hands there off the end of the bat. That is textbook. Well done, Aaron Nola.
Now Cesar is up, and he's got to get him in. With 2 outs, looking for a clutch hit. Oh, 2-0. The air to right field, and it's not deep. Playable for Eaton, who comes running in, and the Phils leave a couple in scoring position. No runs. They did get their first hit of the day. They leave 2 in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, yesterday, Lehigh Valley lost to Syracuse 7-3. Logan Moore had a 2-run home run. Adam Hazley was 3 for 4 with a home run and 3 runs. The Fightins lost to Trenton 8-7. Clearwater defeated Dunedin 5-4. Mickey Moniak had 2 more hits. And Williamsport lost to State College 6-1. Here, there's no score as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wilmer Defoe leads it off against Aaron Nola. Hazley, by the way, hitting .323 for Reading. 6 home runs, 15 runs batted in. So his season line is .306 as Defoe lines it foul down the left field line. .306 with 11 home runs and 53 RBIs. He's grabbed by that guy. Should I give it to? Uh-oh, he didn't give it to the Phillies fans. That was a really good catch. Still has it. Two pitch coming. Swing and a miss. He got him with the curveball. That's 6 strikeouts for Nola. Well, we said this was a historic pitching matchup. Last night, unfortunately for the Phillies, they were on the wrong end, Murph, of a little individual history.
It's the truth, Tom. But, you know, when you think about last night, talking to a lot of the guys, as you can imagine, the words gut punch were used over and over again to describe the way last night's game ended with Ryan Zimmerman and the walk-off. But when you put it in an historical setting, it really is kind of remarkable to think about what Ryan Zimmerman has been able to do in his career when you're talking about walk-off home runs. How about this list of walk-off home runs, guys doing it all for one team? In his 14 years with the Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman has 11 walk-off home runs. That is tied for second. Look at the names on that list. Mickey Mantle, Stan Musial, Babe Ruth.
No big deal.
And Ryan Zimmerman. 11 walk-off home runs as a member of the Washington Nationals. I mean, he's been a clutch player since he came up in 2005. So it's unfortunate last night ended the way it did, obviously, for the Phils' perspective. But you almost have to tip your cap a little bit to Ryan Zimmerman, what he's been able to do for his career.
I think you got to tip your cap and then throw it at him.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Totally fine with that.
1 ball and 1 strike to Spencer Kieboom, who doubled his last time up. Inside 2-1.
Just to think that he's on that list with those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that is.
And with all the injuries he's had too.
That is coming up big when your team needs it.
Certainly hasn't played as long as those guys did with their respective teams. Swing and a miss, 2-2, 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Popped him up. Near the mound, Santana's there. 2 outs. He'll give you an idea of how good Nola's been today. I know that in this day and age, we throw out some percentages that we never had before. You know, our eyes used to tell us that a guy's just not hitting the ball hard. Our eyes used to tell us that. Now we have all these computer-generated numbers. Well, from a pitcher's standpoint, we look at how hard the ball is hit against him. It's the exit velocity. We never had that before. We just said, oh, that guy had a line drive. Well, the average exit velocity for Nola today, and this is huge, is 84.6.
Wow.
Yeah. 1 ball and no strikes to Scherzer, who sacked his last time up. Fouls it away. It's 1-1. You know, hard hit percentage is anything over 95. Like, that's where,
right,
if you go over 95 as a hitter against a pitcher, then you're doing something. Now, hard hit percentage for Nola, most of the time it's, you know, his numbers trend down under 95, but this is, I mean, this is an average of 85 miles per hour. Little dribbler foul, 1-2, like right there. I mean, I know it's a pitcher, but that's not hard hit, obviously. Ball right center field, right at Odubel. Yeah, that'll wrap up this 5th inning. Another 1-2-3 inning for Nola. We'll head to the 6th now. It'll be Rhys Hoskins who will lead it off against Max Scherzer. 3 team starters have thrown more innings per start in 2018. The usual combination of Nola, Arrieta, Pivetta, Velasquez, and Eflin are 4th in the National League among starting rotations in ERA, 2nd and 5th, and 5th in strikeouts. They pitch their way into a playoff pursuit, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, today the starting staff, which is led by Aaron Nola, is living up to that Philly of the week. In this losing streak, they really hadn't. They averaged only 4 2/3 during the 4-game losing streak, which hopefully ends today. Tomorrow, Jake Arrieta will take the baseball for the Phillies as we embark to Toronto after today's game. Rhys Hoskins will lead it off against Scherzer. Here in the top half of the 6th inning. Scherzer's about to throw his 80th pitch of the day. Meanwhile, Nola's at 53.
There's some questions on how Kieboom would do today with Max Scherzer as to how long they would get along. If they're going to be on the same page or not. I don't see Max shaking a whole lot out there.
It looks like they're on the same page.
I caught some good pitches when I played, but if I'm Kieboom, I'm thinking like this is like Christmas morning. You have all these toys to work with. It's like, oh, we'll try this one. We'll try this one.
This is only the 2nd time that Kieboom has caught Max Scherzer as Hoskins goes down looking. 7 strikeouts for Scherzer. And the last time that he caught him, it was only 1 inning.
There's 97 paint.
This is what we mentioned earlier, the fielding independent pitching, which is basically, it takes almost everything out. It's strikeouts, walks, home runs. It's, you know, that's where I think batting average balls in play is a little bit better indication, because it does take in exit velocity and how hard a ball is hit. But it's still an impressive list. 2 outs here in the 6th, and Asdrubal Cabrera is coming up.
2 outs on 4 pitches.
StatCast AI presented by AWS. And by the way, the fielding independent pitching stat there, just to kind of put it in perspective, all of those are in the excellent category. Anything at 3.5 is considered great. Anything around 4 is average. Poor is 4.5, and horrendous is anything over 5. But those are all in the excellent category. Takes into account strikeouts, walks, hit by pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Cabrera has popped out and he's grounded out. Ground ball foul, and the range 3-2.
Nice job there by his dribble, just getting a piece. The backdoor cutter. Too close to take. Definitely don't want to put it in the hands of the umpire.
Look at this. 96 on that fastball. 8 strikeouts for Scherzer as he sets the Phillies down 1-2-3 here in the 6th inning. Well, it's like a serve and volley. It's now Aaron Nola's turn to serve. When we come back in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Phillies nothing and the Nats nothing. At buyfordnow.com today. And buy Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Another gorgeous day as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies no runs, 1 hit. Nationals no runs, 3 hits. Adam Eaton leads it off, and Eaton swings at the first pitch and flails it foul, and it's 0-1. He has struck out twice today.
Again, another swing that looks like he's got 2 strikes on him.
Yeah. Pretty good frame job by Alfaro. It was just off the plate. Outside, 2-1. Nola has 6 strikeouts through the first 5 innings this afternoon. He's allowed a bunt single, a double to Keyboom, and a single to right by Rendon. To the right side, backhanded on the high bouncer by Santana. And Trey Turner's coming up. Well, there's no doubt that Aaron Nola will be the lead dog next year for the Phillies in the rotation. And speaking of next year, 2019 season tickets are now available. You can secure your plan and seat location with a deposit prior to season tickets going on sale to the public. As an added bonus, 2019 season ticket deposits will receive 2018 postseason ticket access. Go to Phillies.com or call 215-463-5000. Turner waves at a slow curve, and it's 0-1. Good spot on the inner half. It's 1-2. Now we may see that curveball here, 2-2. I don't know if Aaron did that intentionally to brush Turner off the plate a little bit.
I just like that he doubled up in there.
Yeah. It's not necessarily his MO to do that, but we'll see what he decides here. Here we go. 2-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. 7 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. And now 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
That's a curveball that goes straight down. Here's the ability to put some tilt on it, make it more east-west. This one goes straight down. Filthy.
And now Harper, who's 0 for 2. He has struck out. He's grounded out to shortstop. Really, it was to the right side of the diamond, but Cabrera, the shortstop, was shaded that way. Change up. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I wonder if those two will be the foundation of the Nationals moving forward after this year. Swing and a miss, 2-2, 79 on the curveball. The curveball has been in the 70s for the most part. He's thrown a couple in the 80s. And I mean just a couple. The highest he's thrown a curveball today is the 81 miles an hour. Bouncing ball right side. Harper hustling. Hernandez has it. Throws him out. 4-3 on the putout. 1-2-3. Go the Nationals. 8 in a row. Retired by Nola since the single by Rendon. Will move to the 7th. This is a game that's built for baseball. If you like pitcher's duel, I mean, it's been a beautiful day. 90 pitches for Scherzer as he begins the 7th inning. 67 pitches for Nola. They've combined for 15 strikeouts and only 4 hits allowed.
I know home runs are cool and all, but I mean, to watch a performance like this today is, you just hope it never gets to that point where their relievers are starting ball games. I know they're doing that now, and a couple teams are different doing it. But to have a matchup like this is just, it's awesome. It's just flat out awesome.
Yeah, moving forward, Kevin Cash, I saw an interview with him, the manager of the Rays. I saw an interview with him, and he said, listen, we're not going to, as Santana hits that one out to center field straight away. You know, Harper moves over toward right center, makes the catch. We're not trying to reinvent baseball, he said, but moving forward, we're thinking about doing it twice a week. And if we can get 3 starters to pitch the other 3 days, he goes, we think it might work. Where we start a reliever, and then, depending on the matchup, and then go to somebody who can give us a little bit of length. I don't think they're the last team that's going to do it. I'm with you that I prefer this, what we're seeing, but you know, there have been so many changes in baseball over the last several years that I thought were just going to be passing, you know, just passing habits that aren't.
Yeah, these quote-unquote fads are becoming normal in baseball.
They are. Swing and a miss, 1-2. The dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Franco, who has walked and he has struck out today. Inside. Another 3-2 count.
Slider really backed up there.
Well, the first mistake could be the only opportunity the hitters are going to have today against these starters. Franco pops it up foul, staying alive. Guys just wet their fingertips. He just licks his hand. Ball 4. Franco walks for the 2nd time this afternoon. Time now for our Ram Truck Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Ben, here we go. Who are the 3 home run derby winners that won in their home ballparks?
Well, I know 2.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Bryce Harper this year.
Bryce Harper is correct, Ben. Congratulations.
Todd Frazier did a couple years ago in Cincinnati.
Todd Frazier is correct in 2015.
And the other one I'm going to say Prince Fielder in Milwaukee.
Prince Fielder is incorrect. This gentleman has a Phillies connection, and he won the home run derby with 3 home runs.
It's a Phillies connection.
Yeah. Odubel takes outside, 1-0. when he did the home run derby, he represented the league, the National League. And some of the guys he was facing up against the American League included Mark McGwire. And McGwire was with the A's.
So you're talking late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I would go back to early 90s if I were you.
He represented the National League?
This guy did, yeah. But he was also a former member of the Phillies, both on the coaching staff and as a player.
Ryan Sandberg.
High fly ball to deep right field. Odubel Herrera has just given the Phils a 2-0 lead. His 20th home run of the year. He crushed it.
Well, you said the first mistake of the day. He was able to get Odubel on cutters his first couple at bats. He tries another one, and pitch number 101 ends up in the upper tank. See where Keyboom is set up. Ball just never gets there. And this ball is way back.
Yes, it is. What a beautiful swing from Odubel Herrera, man. He has struggled, but that has got to be a huge boost. It certainly is for his teammates in the dugout, but that's got to be a huge boost for Odubel. Well, good for him. Here's Alfaro, who takes a strike, 0-1. Ryan Sandberg, by the way, is the afterthought and the proper guess. 1990 he did it at Wrigley Field. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of Phillies prize pack and if you want to get another look at that home run from Odubel. Alfaro is 1 for 2, and it's 0-2. Man, that looked pretty off the bat, didn't it?
Sure did.
Back, it remains 0-2.
Take another look at the swing here by Odubel. See, he doesn't do the exaggerated leg kick. It more is like a double tap. Improvising on the fly.
Wander Suaro warming up at the bullpen. Pitch for the 3rd straight day. I don't know what's going to happen moving forward with Odubel Herrera, but you cannot underscore from a confidence standpoint, because they've been trying to build him up, build his confidence up inside the clubhouse and during their hitting sessions. But hopefully that goes a long way to really cleanse him. Alfaro strikes out. 9 strikeouts for Scherzer.
And look at the time of the game it occurred and who it's against.
That's what I mean.
He's best in the business.
We mentioned he was 12 for 36 coming in. And Gabe has talked to us the last couple days, and Gabe says that he supports his players and he's trying to, keep a positive attitude. I mean, he has said the last couple of days with Odubel, because listen, I saw him at his best. I saw that he could carry us. He goes, I'm not looking for that right now. I'm looking for him to have some semblance of that. 0-2 to Nola. Strike 3 call. 10 strikeouts for Scherzer, but Odubel Herrera gives the Phils the lead here in the 7th inning. He launches one deep over the Nationals bullpen, his 20th home run of the year, and the Phillies take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 7th inning. At the top of the 7th inning, they lead the Nationals and Max Scherzer 2-0. Aaron Nola, 7 strikeouts over 6 innings. He's allowed 3 hits. And now we'll face Anthony Rendon, Juan Soto, and Mark Reynolds. Scherzer 7 innings today. He's over 100 pitches. Bullpen will continue to work during this inning. Odubel Herrera's home run is 20th of the year. It's a career high. And now Aaron Nola will go to work with a lead. He's retired 8 straight. Hey, give credit to Maikel Franco, too. His 2nd walk of the day. I mean, he worked that count, fouled off a couple pitches to get on base ahead of Odubel. Curveball, and it's 1-0 to Anthony Rendon, who's 1 for 2. Martinez and Derek Wilquist talking about what they might do if they're going to bring Suaro in. With a Tapper foul, 1-2, 3 straight curveballs. Close. 2-2. A lot of these pitches that he's missing in, I mean, they are off the plate. I mean, they are just barely off the plate. Eric Cooper's had a good strike zone today. Out to shortstop, to his left, Cabrera, and he throws out Rendon. And 1 out. Before Eagles pregame live, sit down for an emotional interview with Hall of Famer Brian Dawkins. His journey to becoming Weapon X and life after the birds. The encore presentation of the Sportsnet Central special. Brian Dawkins Enshrined tonight at 6:30 on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Talk about a beloved Philadelphia athlete. Whew. Soto's 0 for 2. He is struck out and flied out to the track. And Nola throws him a changeup.
Got a ball in the field.
Yeah, we got a baseball, Ben. I think that one ricocheted out of the bullpen. Because they're making fun of whoever the bullpen catcher is right now. That home plate area is AstroTurf, so there's a ball in the dirt. It could kick. Curveball hit toward first, backhanded on a dive by Santana, and a quick underhand toss to Nola covering. 2 outs.
Better not be poking fun at my boy Octavio Martinez down there.
Well, they might be, Ben, and that's what we do as baseball players. Our Hyundai defensive play of the game, we just saw it.
Ranging to his right, Carlos Santana was a little dirty. Good feed on to Aaron Nola. Where he wants to put it, and that's your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Fastball, he tied him up. I thought Aaron the other day when the Phillies made the trip to Williamsport had some of the best comments publicly. He was on TV about being at the Little League complex and seeing the kids and getting a chance to meet them and talk to them. They all did a great job. I mean, the players, every one of them did a great job. I thought the guys that really stood out because they were the ones interviewed, so you saw them. I thought Arrieta was awesome. Not only on the air, but also with the kids. I thought he was awesome. I thought Reese was great. And I thought Aaron looked like a wide-eyed kid when he was talking about being in Williamsport. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Absolutely. Well, you think about it, he's still a kid himself.
And a line drive to left field for Reynolds. That's a base hit. That'll go toward the corner. And Reynolds is going to get to second base. And it gets away from Hoskins. Reynolds, though, will hold up at second. He had kind of shut it down, so he couldn't advance. And that's his fourth double of the year.
Hanging breaking ball here. Reese very fortunate not a faster runner.
Or a runner that had it slowed down between first and second even more. Defoe is grounded out and he is struck out today. Defoe tried to check. They appeal. No swing, says Gary Cedarstrom.
It's close.
Sure was. Scherzer's done. Nola is about to throw his 81st pitch. Trying to get the last out here in the seventh. Fly ball left field. Reese Hoskins going back toward the wall, and he makes the catch. As he takes a little breather into the padding. No runs, one hit, and one man left. We have played 7. A little happy camper after Reese makes that grab. Aaron Nola 7 shutout innings. We'll go to the 8th. The Phillies 2 and the Nationals nothing. Dealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF-NOW or visit jeffersonhealth.org. 2-0 Phillies as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Cesar will lead it off against Wander Suaro, who takes over for Max Scherzer. Scherzer 7 innings, 2 hits, and 2 earned runs, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Suaro a 3.41 ERA. He has thrown 2 1/3. Last night he threw 2 innings, had allowed 2 hits and 1 earned run. The Nationals bullpen in this series has allowed 5 earned runs in 11 innings and has allowed 11 hits. And that ball on 1 hop. Diving stop Defoe. He won't have a play. So make it 12 hits. Time for the Major League Notebook. Murph, what do you have?
All right, thanks, Tom. Well, it's brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College, and a couple of veterans will be returning to some familiar spots. How about Matt Holliday returning to Colorado's starting lineup for the first time in almost 10 years. Now, Holliday had been down in the minor league system with Colorado for most of the season, where he was really playing quite well. They've called him up. He's in the starting lineup today for them. Of course, he spent some time with the Cardinals and the Yankees after leaving and after playing 3 seasons in Colorado early on. A 3-time All-Star in Colorado and 5 seasons for them, so he's returning there. How about this too? Also, Jay Bruce expected to be back with the New York Mets tomorrow. He's been out for, well, pretty much half the season at this point, since June, with the hip injury, and then he had some other issues as well, but they said he is feeling well. He's had a couple of rehab starts, and he is swinging the bat well, so they're going to bring him back and put him back in the starting lineup as well for the New York Mets. So a couple of those veteran guys, you know, kind of try to make a difference as the season starts to wrap up. And certainly Colorado, if Holliday plays well, they could use a guy like that.
Bryce Harper calls off Defoe to make the catch. He's going to get a nice reaction when he steps up for the first time in Colorado, isn't he?
He sure is. Guy was a beast for a lot of years. It's a shame he couldn't stay on the field more. I mean, injuries, very plagued. But when he was healthy, he's one of the best right-handed hitters in the game.
He did not have a bad year last year. I mean, he had a year last season that would, I would think, normally dictate that he would be back again. He was with the Yankees. He had 231. I say not a bad year because he had 19 home runs and 64 RBIs. As Williams takes in 1-0. 314 career home runs. When I was looking at his numbers today, when I saw the story was coming back, I was surprised that he played 3 more years with St. Louis than the Rockies. Thought it would have been reversed. Greg Holland starts to warm in the bullpen for the Nats. Out towards center field. This is well hit. Harper's going back at the track and makes the catch. And back to first is Cesar. The throw, and Cesar is back ahead of the tag. What a throw from Harper. That was incredible.
Nick gets to first base, puts his hands on his hip like,
well,
I can't believe that ball didn't go out.
Yeah, the wind pushed it back. I don't know if it would have gone out, Ben, but the breeze definitely brought that back.
Oh, he walked it out of the box like he got it. Then he gets to first base. Well, you're right. This is excellent throw here by Harper.
I mean, Cesar thought that was at least off the wall, which is why he was so far towards second base. Here's Cabrera, who is 0 for 3. He's popped out, grounded out, and struck out. Runner goes, pitches a strike. Throw to second base is also a strike. Wow, he had a good jump, too.
Oh, right on the money.
2-6 on the putout. Kieboom is now 8 for 17 throwing runners out. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Phillies 2, Nationals nothing.
From his knees, and watch where this ball ends up. I mean, it's literally on the bag, and Cesar slides right into it. You just don't see it. I mean, this is just so accurate.
You got an excellent jump too, as strange as that sounds. And I think it's a good move for Cesar to try to get into scoring position, maybe add another run.
Without a doubt.
Andrew Stevenson is going to pinch hit for Kieboom as we start the bottom of the 8th inning. Stevenson 2 for 8 with that home run the other night as a pinch hitter. He also had an RBI on the sac fly yesterday. So 3 ribbies as a pinch hitter. Takes a curve and it's 0-1. Oh, 2. And a strike 3 called with a curveball. That's the 8th strikeout for Aaron Nola. Yeah, there's one out here in the 8th inning.
Backdoor curveball here, and he's got it going today.
All right, so that is 22 outs for Aaron Nola. As you see his pitch usage, the curveball has now outstretched the four-seamer. That's been lately, these last couple innings. But he's thrown 84 pitches. He has recorded 22 outs, including the one here in the 8th inning. So 22 outs and 24 balls today. 60 strikes, 61 strikes.
That's a good ratio.
That's an incredible ratio. You want to talk about stepping up when your team needs you? Balls and 1 strike to Wieters. Oh, 2. Late call, but it's the right call. Eric Cooper kind of froze for a moment, but that was a strike. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Wieters. And he floats it out to left field right at Rhys Hoskins. And there are 2 gone. Phillies have some theme nights coming up. Monday the 27th is Margaritaville night. And then Tuesday the 28th is Stitch and Pitch night. And then finally on Wednesday it's the Hulk bobblehead. It's Marvel Superhero night. Go to Phillies.com/theme nights to purchase your tickets and you get the item. So there's the Margaritaville t-shirt. We showed you the Hulk bobblehead before. Adam Eaton is 0 for 3. Tries to bunt his way on and takes just in. Aaron Nola has not fallen behind 2 balls and no strikes today. Is that incredible?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Just a bit outside, 2-1. Change up, line to right center field, a base hit. Nick Williams is going to cut it off. Nope, he can't cut it off. Eaton's on his way to second. He'll stop there. So a 2-out double. It's the 2nd straight inning the Nationals have gotten a 2-out double. And Trey Turner is the batter. The 11th double of the year for Eaton. So he's got good speed. Kravitz is on the phone with the bullpen. It's got to be just in case this inning gets out of hand, because he's.
Yeah, this is Aaron's ball game.
He is not. There's not a lot of heavy lifting going on here. Nola with his 7 2/3 has surpassed his inning total from last year by those 2/3. He had 168 innings last year. A change up inside, 1-0. Inside, 2-0. That's the first 2-0 count of the day. Ball 3-0. It's just the second 3-ball count for him today. He had a full count on Juan Soto back in the second inning. Harper's on deck. I figure Turner's taking here.
Absolutely.
At a fastball, 3-1. I wonder if he would take here. I don't know if he can. Fastball swung on a miss, 3-2. Jumpy.
Look at our pitch cast brought to you by PJ Wheelhands. Plate.
All right, now Nola can go a few different ways with the count 3-2 and a runner at second base. 2-0 Phillies here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Nola's set to go. Just a bit low. Wow, that was awfully close. That is the first walk issued today by Aaron Nola. And it puts runners on first and second. Pitch gas presented by PJ Wheelhands. Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Honestly, I don't know how he didn't get it because of what he's done today.
I think sometimes games, when they tighten up, everybody changes. I think they do. I think umpires change too, Ben. I really, you know, after watching Gary Cedarstrom last night in the 9th inning, I think you think people change. The game gets intense. I mean, the ball hits the line. I know people say it can go either way, but that's should be a strike. It wasn't.
Well, it wasn't called.
Wasn't called. It was Cranny saying something to Eric Cooper. Cranny's got a way about him. It's never imposing. So now Bryce Harper against Aaron Nola. Nola, look at that pitch.
See where the box is and where it crosses.
Oh, look, the box is moving.
Highest velocity we've seen out of Aaron as well.
Harper's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice. And a curveball sails. It's 1-0.
One of the few times that Aaron let his body get way out in front of his arm.
An adrenaline rush?
He just didn't give his arm a chance to catch up, and once you do that, you're going to miss arm side, especially with your off-speed pitches.
See if we can make the adjustment here. 1 ball, no strikes. Harper waits. And a curveball swung on a miss. He made the adjustment.
Yes, he did. What I mean by that, you get so far out front with your body, your arm just sits back and just drags. You're not able to get on top of anything.
Another curve. It's 2-1. Most pitches he's thrown in an inning so far. He's at 19 as he reaches 100 for the day. 8 strikeouts. He has scattered 5 hits. calls out Alfaro to the mound. Phillies are down to 2 visits. It's all right. Got to get it right. It's a big spot in the game. Coolness in the air gives you a feel for October. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners on first and second. And a fastball 2-2. 95 on that heater. What do you got him set up for here, Ben, if anything?
You go till you got him earlier in that bat. It just seems like he's pulling off a bit.
To do that same pitch?
Yeah. You go change up down and away or ride that 4-seamer at the top away.
I thought maybe change up. Runners lead off, not being held on. Turner at first, Eaton at second. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 95 on the outer edge. And Aaron Nola leaves 2 here in the 8th inning. What an effort this afternoon by Nola. Here in the 8th inning, no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left, and a big-time pitch from the 25-year-old as the Phils will take a 2-0 lead into the 9th inning. Michael Barkat, Ricky Bottalico standing by to talk about this effort by Aaron Nola today. The home run by Odubel Herrera as well. And hopefully some runs, some more runs here in the 9th inning. As Asdrubal Cabrera will lead it off. And a first pitch from Greg Holland drops in. It's 0-1. Holland is pitching. Wieters is catching now. There are no other changes for the Nats. Holland last night pitched a scoreless inning. It's another curve, but it's 0-2. It is weird watching him fall off to first base the way he does.
Incredible.
Strike 3 called.
Another late call there.
Just looked out into the bullpen to see if that was it for Nola. It looks like it is, because Neshek is now getting up again to start warming up to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning. What a day for Aaron Nola. That's it. I mean, it's more than what the Phillies had asked for. He certainly delivered. This ever-evolving ace put together today arguably his best outing of the year on an afternoon where the Phillies really needed him to put together his best outing of the year. You can say all that, you can write it down, you can whisper about it in the clubhouse, but the guy has to actually do it, and that's what he did. Two at two.
You know how good he was, T-Mac? He went 8 scoreless. Or how good he was today and how good he's been all year. He went 8 scoreless. His ERA went down 11 hundredths of a point.
There's a high fly ball to right field. Eaton over toward the corner. Now toward foul territory. And he just didn't look like he saw it the whole way. Just drops. Yeah, that is pretty incredible, Ben.
I mean, he went from 2.24 to 2.13.
Yeah, he and Scherzer are now tied as far as ERA goes. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Holland. That was the slider, not the curve. And there are 2 outs, and here comes Maikel Franco, who subtly, with his 2 walks today, has played a big role in this Phillies success, because his last walk was followed by Odubel's home run. Get Scherzer into the stretch, which is what he did. Throw a few more pitches, which is what he did. 1 to Franco. Trying to check his swing. He went around. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. To Maikel Franco. Swing and a miss. Holland, who struck out the side. His ERA with the Nats is now under 2. So the Phillies go down in order in their half of the 9th inning. That means we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Aaron Nola's day seems to be done. He'll turn it over to the bullpen to try to get the last 3 outs. more, which Nola had 4 of those. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. So Nola goes 8 innings, 5 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. If he had a clean 8th inning where he didn't throw more than 20 pitches, I think he would have been out here.
I agree.
But I think because his pitch count went over 20 in that inning, and now it's 102. I don't even know if we should look at pitch counts anymore because complete games are just a fossil.
Yeah.
Scott Kingery will take over at shortstop. Cabrera moves to third. If you're wondering about this, Gabe, we talked to him about it the other day. He feels like that combination is better than Cabrera-Franco as far as a combination goes. It's his opinion, and the numbers he feels backs it up. So you get a little more range with Kingery over at shortstop. Rendon leads it off. It'll be Rendon and Soto, the first 2 hitters. Another first pitch fastball at the knees to Rendon from Neshek. Swing and a miss, so 2.
Late movement on that slider. Really late. Got the home plate and went left.
And a strike 3 call on the outside corner. That's 10 strikeouts today for Phillies pitching. And 1 away in the 9th inning.
Just dots a fastball away. Perfect pitch.
Soto takes the first one inside, 1-0. Really can't overstate what Aaron Nola accomplished today. Phillies were wounded coming into this ball game after the last 2 games. And don't forget, last night was heartbreaking. It was.
Yeah.
The night before, they had a 4-1 lead in the 7th inning. I mean, those were 2. Last night was definitely the harder of the 2, but these are 2 tough losses coming into this one. Zimmerman's got his helmet. Soto takes high, and it's 2-1. So now they're in position again here in the 9th inning in a bullpen that's allowed 12 earned runs and 9 2/3 in this series. He's going to try to get the last couple outs. 2-2. Tommy Hunter threw 2 innings last night, warming up in the bullpen. Fly ball left field. Reese is there. 2 outs. They're going to stay with Reynolds here. Two outs now, and Reynolds swing and a miss at the first pitch. 0-1. Phillies and the Blue Jays tomorrow at 7. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Reynolds. 2-2 pitch, just a bit outside. Phillies will be in Toronto by the time the Braves face the Marlins tonight. That's a 7-10 start. Get a win today and hope for a loss tonight by the Braves. You're only 2 out going into the weekend against the Blue Jays. The 1-2 pitch. Outside 2-2. Over to third, picked on, one hot by Cabrera, throws across the diamond in time, and the Phillies have salvaged the final game of this 3-game series with a much-needed 2-0 victory over the Washington Nationals. Odubel Herrera's 2-run home run, which followed Michael Franco's second walk of the day. The only runs the Phillies needed as Aaron Nola and Pat Neshek combined on a 5-hit shutout. Whew, what a win for the Phillies. They win it 2-0. Aaron Nola picks up his 15th victory of the year. We'll be back with much more right after this.
Boy.